Starting at 5 for not yawning.
No. You said not
What, are
yawning.
you tired? Hello, everyone, and welcome to the S.H.I.E.L.D. podcast for Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. Season 1, Episode 11, A Magical Place. I'm your host, Dom. With me, I have
Coulson's
my co-hosts, Mike.
It has been mentioned 50 times, and I will mention it 50 more times.
Hi.
So will
And
she.
Cleo.
Tahiti's a magical
I'm
place.
just trying to get away from Mike. I don't want to...
What do you mean, me too? That's the name of the
You
freaking
too?
episode, dude.
God damn it.
It really is.
That's what it's all about, man.
Tahiti.
It's all about Coulson dying.
I am so sick of Coulson dying. It's not even funny. Like I've had it up to here where you guys can't even see anymore. I've had it up to there with Coulson dying.
Excuse me, we're done with the Coulson died episode. So okay,
Nope.
I'm bullshitting here. They'll mention it every episode.
We're clearly not done.
No.
Because we have to find out why he's back and how it happened. So we're not done with Coulson dying. It's going to be mentioned 100 more times this season.
I can only imagine.
It is. It is. And I was hoping, just by the name of the title, that we were finally going to get closure to this mystery.
This is what should have happened.
It's clearly not the
ago.
case.
Like, what episode? We're 11? Yeah, this should have happened, maybe like 8 or 7 episodes ago.
If they want to keep you in suspense. It was a good comeback from mid-season break.
Yes, but it was too long of dicking around.
It was. It is one of those things where it answers a question half-assed because it leaves more. It
Sometimes
leaves more
best,
questions than it did answers.
And I mean, there's nothing wrong with that.
So, no, I'm not saying it's wrong, but I'm just saying it's a half-assed answer. Not that they were lazy with the writing, but just the way it's revealed, it's only like a little piece of it. And finding out that little piece doesn't actually give you an answer. It leaves you with more questions. Is Coulson a robot? Is Coulson alive? Was he reanimated? Like, what exactly is Coulson right now? We don't know. And that's even more frustrating because we kind of had an idea before. He didn't die. He was kind of like healed back to life by Tahiti and its magical properties. And
nope.
Tahiti
was a false memory of an operating room. The nice masseuse was really the doctor doing the treatment. The guy with the drinks, all smiles, was really Dr. whatever his name was, Steiger.
Dr. Shepard Book.
Dr. Shepard Book freaking the fuck out. Like, who ordered this? Was turned to, who ordered these? Who ordered this?
Right, so Tahiti's not really a magical place after all, is it?
No, that's...
Not for Coulson. Not that
Tahiti's not a place?
Nope.
Not that Tahiti.
It's amazing that was just that conditioning. It's like whenever somebody said the word Tahiti, it was a magical place. Like Pavlovian response. It's the little bell.
It's like Pavlov's dog.
You hear the bell. It's like, treat?
It's like if you were to take a mouse and shake it, all of a sudden a cat is going to appear somewhere.
I would love for...
out of like a typical response. Like,
we fought at it still.
I would have loved for Jasper to not jump up. So you had to pick him up.
He wasn't going to.
Oh.
See, now he's crying because I have his mouse, and that means I have to throw it. And then when I throw it, he's going to come back and bring it back to me because he wants to play
this
fetch.
episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D.
That's like Pavlov's response fetch. Right there. So, yes, he brought it over, he dropped it at my feet. And
we should do opening.
He's just sitting there like a dog waiting to
on this episode of Top Gear.
That's what he does.
I wear a hat. James wears a hat. And Richard is partially obscured by a wall. Like...
That's like ZZ Top, right? They all have these massive beards, except for the guy named Beard, who doesn't.
So, the episode.
The episode in long, conjulated similes and metaphors. Yes. Okay, so we started out the very beginning of the episode. We have a black market guy. He's
Something.
his name was Van Chatten, right? Yes. He's selling Chitari metal, and it's like the most pure form of Chitari metal. Like,
Scrap.
That
You got lucky. Maybe there were.
he's the face. You know, whoever's behind it, he's just the face.
Yeah,
Negotiator.
there was alien scrap metal falling all over a decent sized chunk of New York, even though, while that battle's flying around and all the action's happening, it's like, oh my god, New York City's in ruins, but then it's like, oh no, it was just like a 4 square block radius around Fifth Avenue. That, there was a problem. Like, what? Really? They attack. They come out of this portal. Instead of spreading out and causing carnage, they stay just in that small area. Small area. But still, lots of scrap pieces falling over, dead Chitauri soldiers, dead gigantic worm behemoths stolen from Transformers, lots of metal and weapons flying and falling everywhere. So some random people are going to get their hands on that shit. S.H.I.E.L.D. couldn't have picked up all of it. And stuff. So that's where it came from. Hell, my favorite part of this whole scene is that a Roomba?
It was funny. It was
really, Roombas.
Sorry.
it
Really?
was funny,
You had to?
but you're having a black market deal and you've got a bunch of bodyguards. No one's gonna just stare at it and wait for it to explode.
It was like the most ineffective flashbang on the planet. An actual flashbang grenade would have been more effective. I mean, the thing goes off. They're stunned for like 2 seconds. And then they're back. I mean, throw an actual fucking flashbang. They would have been disoriented. You could have knocked them all out, subdued who you needed to subdue, and there wouldn't have been no epic chase through the building chasing after this Van Chatten guy. Instead, they have to go with the futuristic technology of wah.
Yeah, I didn't really understand that whole S.H.I.E.L.D. flashbang device.
It's
I
fancy.
don't really know what it did.
Who cares?
We could have done
I
some
just-
neurological
It didn't do
stuff that we
anything,
don't know.
I just thought of
It's
its yeah.
Shiny Fitzsimmons toy.
I just thought of the tactical advantage.
If it didn't do anything, they would have been better just running in there with supplies.
Whatever.
I
We're
just
focused
thought
on the fucking
this-
Roomba, which is the least important part about this episode.
Why they used it? It's flat. They could slide it under the door.
Also, nobody cares.
That's why they used it. Slide it right under the door. So it was thinner than a hockey puck.
Yeah. Okay. Great.
Anyway.
I'm thinner than a hockey puck. So what about Fitzsimmons finally getting some like field action? Like they're battle combatants right now. They're using these non-threatening
not
mini
on the-
robo
in the field.
helicopters.
They got more field.
They basically were.
This
That's like as
episode, they've
close
gotten
as
more
they're
field
getting
work
to
than they
field
have in the
combat.
entire show thus far.
Well, not Simmons. Who is
Simmons
it?
is
Fitz?
the woman.
I don't know who is who anymore. I don't
Simmons
get
is
which
the
one.
woman.
Fitz is man.
The male. So. Okay, so.
Oh yeah, Fitz.
Okay,
You're right.
there was
you're
a whole
right. He
episode
was
where
with
Fitz and
Ward in the
Colt and
field. I forget about that.
Ward, Fitz and Ward, they went in and did some actual field work. But this is the most field work that
She must be
Simmons has
happy.
gotten, like an actual battle.
Yeah.
It was pretty
I
effective.
don't know. Like
don't you
all of a
think?
sudden, I mean, you're running down the hallway to get away from people, and there's 8 little floating helicopter majiggies in your path. What are you gonna do?
Well, they made it so that you couldn't tell what they were. They were just shining lights in your face.
Exactly. So I mean, if you knew what they were, just run through them. They're totally non-threatening. You might get a little cut somewhere from the blades.
They were clearly in like the shape of a man, like a person, like, and then it was just light. So I don't know. They made it ambiguous so you couldn't tell. We could tell, but I'm sure the guy running through the hallway couldn't tell. But so Agent Han comes back.
I like
Same
her.
thing.
She's,
Yeah.
Think of
she
her.
brings more dynamic. She reminds me of from Battlestar Galactica, the other Battlestar
Oh
commander.
yeah, Admiral Kane. Yeah.
Yeah, she reminds me of her.
Oh my God, she does
Right?
a lot. Well, I just watched that whole series like a month ago, and I didn't
Yeah.
even put that together.
No, she's got that same kind of attitude.
Yeah, like that. I'm following the book mostly,
And I'm also smarter than you.
yeah.
Yeah, but she thinks she is, or at least she
Really?
thought when she was talking to May, she thought
She's a stickler for the rules, and when the rules are broken,
Yeah, because
and if the rules are broken but they get a great effect from them, she's just going to overlook it, and that's exactly what the Admiral did in the other show. Same thing.
I mean, she came in there and she's like, all right, Coulson's dead, Mike's dead, we gotta find Coulson. But then she's like, is one agent really worth this trouble? Like, it's one agent, and obviously it's the secrets around Coulson's life that made him such a vital part, because they don't want that information going into enemy hands. So I think that's why S.H.I.E.L.D. was completely scrambling for Coulson.
She even said later in the episode, I've never seen this kind of response for us one level 8 agent. Like, the sheer manpower involved is... And she's like, I'm on the phone all day, and every hour, you know, Director Fury and Commander Hill, they all want updates. Suspicious much? Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. But then, like, you had Agent May totally pulled the wool over her eyes when she was like, Sky, get off this plane, you don't belong in this plane. Sky's like pleading, trying to get her to stay. All the other Fitzsimmons, Ward, they're all like on her side, like she's a vital part of this team. So then Agent Han turns to Melinda May and she's like, May, feedback, is she helpful?
We're not even thinking of it. It was way too obvious that was going to happen. Yeah.
It was. Was it that obvious to you guys? Like, I knew it right off the bat. I'm like,
yeah.
The way she asked it.
Sent her off
unfortunately,
the
it's a cliche at this point in TV shows and shit. Like that kind of response. But yeah, like, is she of any use to us on this plane? Nope. Like, that's
she's used to us on the ground.
There's the obvious, like, that was too quick of an answer.
Yeah. So, Agent Han's very, very by the book. That's how she operates.
In the eyes of the team, it probably is, because I think they view her as caring more about the mission than Coulson, and to be perfectly honest, she probably does. I mean, she's seeing that, you know, this is a chance to take down Centipede, and everybody has to keep reminding her and save Coulson. And she's like, oh yeah, that too.
Well, she's assuming Coulson's dead, like, sort of.
Yeah, she kind of is expecting him to be dead already. But, I mean, it's only been, what, like 2 days, they said?
36 hours.
36 hours. Okay, I put this somewhere in the notes, but I'm going to skip to it. Doesn't Ward look like he has an incredible amount of, you know, function of that shoulder that got pierced by a fucking bullet 36 hours ago? That is
I didn't even remember that happened, honestly.
And, you know, Simmons is like, oh, you've managed to tear all of your stitches, but I mean...
Oh, that's right. Okay, yeah.
But 36 hours, that was a remarkable recovery. The guy just got shot with a high-powered rifle from a helicopter through the shoulder. Yeah, it was a piercing wound. There's no bullet stuck in there, but still.
Bleed like hell.
Yeah, but they have S.H.I.E.L.D. technology. Like, accelerated healing. Like, Fitzsimmons, they got all those crazy, like, electronic devices that they're waving around and whatnot. I'm sure they have something that accelerates.
Did it hit anybody else in the feels when Melinda May says, do you really think that little of me? To Ward?
Yeah.
I was like, ah!
Didn't hit me in the feels really hard, but it was kind of, you know, I was like, ooh.
May's forever my favorite.
Mm-hmm.
May's the best.
Yeah, I don't know. Were you guys upset that we didn't really see any more of like the May Ward kind of like love rivalry? I want to call it, because like when they're in the field, there's a rivalry between them. Like they're playing it off. Like when they're on their own private time, it's a different story.
This is all gotta find Coulson.
Right, but I'm saying in there that's not what I'm upset about. I'm upset about that
Well,
not
that's
bickering
because
like a
it's
married.
because May's feelings were actually hurt when they didn't believe that she was doing it for the best. That's why.
A bit.
Yeah, I guess kind of threw.
It didn't throw her.
off a
Her
little
game was
bit.
fine. It was
so.
just like she didn't want to, bicker. Like.
Well, yeah. I mean her.
Yes. Okay.
I mean her charade game is more what
Her
I
job
mean. It
game
threw
is
that
always
off,
on.
not her
100%.
job.
To the
But
max.
Yeah, it's always on, even during private time. She executes her private time like it's her job.
Uh-huh.
I'm not fantasizing.
Yep.
Now that I said that, everybody thinks I am. It was my plan all along. So when we see Coulson, he's obviously having the flashbacks of Tahiti, and we see what was the guy's name? Poe. Poe starts questioning him. What did you see, or whatever? And Poe's like, "Oh, I saw Jordan hitting the '98 finals." Like, no, but he knew it. He knew right off the bat that that's not what he saw. How did he know for a fact that he didn't see something obscure?
Yeah, exactly. Like, how does Poe know what Coulson's seeing? To be honest, like he really
That's the
can't.
sort of, because he's got that tactic. It's like torture him until he tells us the truth that I want to hear.
Yeah.
He probably knows because it doesn't have anything to do with his death, but
True indeed.
Could be. I don't know if they were like psychologically
in that case, you wouldn't
monitoring
have to
brain
ask.
activity or something.
you just look at it.
What about the clairvoyant? We get to
No,
see a
we
little bit
hear
more of the
about,
clairvoyant
we don't
this,
see or
this
hear.
episode.
We get to
We
see
learned
the
that
concept of the clairvoyant.
Well, you know what I mean. See, yeah. Jasper's
the
sitting on my
clairvoyant.
lap.
I call it
He's
now.
sitting all over
Oh.
everything. I can't
Yep.
move. Jasper's the clairvoyant.
Aw,
Jasper,
kitty.
are you the clairvoyant?
Hi, kitty.
Oh.
Look at the
Oh my
camera and
God,
tell
Jasper's
everybody you're the
so cute.
clairvoyant.
Meow.
I am the
Yeah.
clairvoyant.
The world will be made of fish.
No, but like we get to see some more of the clairvoyant's power. Did you hear that? You said the world would be made of fish, and he's like, "Brrr." But like we get to see more of the clairvoyant's power. He puts a telephone up to
Yeah, what
Poe's
the hell was
ear
that?
and just
Well,
like,
wait. So what exactly did it do to Poe? It just like electrocuted him?
No, the telephone glued itself to his head, and
Oh.
you see like the poisony veins going
Okay.
through his face, and he's like, and then he just drops
That doesn't necessarily have to be a power. That could be a piece of tech.
in the actual phone itself.
Yeah. Yeah,
it could be, but it
who's to
was
say he didn't get his phone from the clairvoyant? Who's to say the clairvoyant's not giving all of his employees the shit they need?
Yeah, like the exploding eyeballs. and-
Yeah, exactly. I don't think the. Go.
well.
Oh.
All right, so good.
Okay, no, I was just gonna say I don't think the clairvoyant's person or a psychic or can see the future or whatever. I just think it's an alien, honestly, a Chitauri or something higher than that.
Yeah. So we were talking about this in pre-show a little bit, and Mike had a theory that
Yeah,
it was
the reason I bring that theory up, and you guys were pretty quick to give some counter evidence, and I liked that. But anyway, my theory, because I'm watching this, I've watched it, almost 3 times now, and
Shit.
well, I watched it. Yeah, I wrote the show notes. I had to watch it a couple times to get some ideas, but I'm watching it, and it just struck me as odd. Raina has never spoken to the clairvoyant, period, until this episode. She gets the phone from Poe, like, "Hello, sir. I agree. Yes. Uh-huh. Okay." And, gives the phone back. That's it. It was all she spoke to him or her or it. And then all of a sudden, she is pulling extremely personal information about Coulson out of thin air. Just, throwing it at him. It's like what his cellist, felt about him when he died, and all these other personal things that only he or select people would know and not tell anybody. So, I mean, you guys said that they could have done a lot of research on Coulson and they just got all this information and gathered it somehow, but that's just, I don't know, it just seemed way too, and just the way she acts, like her whole personality and all that stuff. And then I read another theory, but I'll just brush it now, that the cellist was the Scarlet Witch. But
Oh, that'd be super fucking epic.
I know, right?
And add to the reason why Coulson needs
It's
to be the Vision.
I know, but yeah.
Well,
But
the counterpoint that I brought up was just that they could have done the research, for all that information about Coulson. Oh, and you mean the counterpoint for why she's not the clairvoyant? What did I say? I don't remember what I said before, but what I'm thinking now is, like, she could be a mutant because, what's her face?
Scarlet Witch?
No. Raina.
Yeah,
Raina.
Raina could be a mutant because I can't recall any mutant having that sort of powers of persuasion.
Right.
But in the show Alphas, one of the main characters, she had that power of persuasion where she could, like, say something and then the person would do it for her.
See, that brings up a question I have, and this is just a random, slightly related question. How they can't get away with calling her a mutant, or anybody a mutant, right now, Marvel?
Not explicitly, no.
No, because
think so.
X-Men rights are to a different studio right now.
Yeah, but
how
I don't
do they get around that
for
when they bring in Scarlet Witch and Quicksilver, both coming in the upcoming Avengers movie? They are both mutants.
Yeah.
One of them's
children.
Maggio's fucking son, for crying
No,
out loud.
they're both his children.
Oh yeah, they're both. Duh, fuck.
They're the brother and sister. But the rights could be for certain characters.
Oh, okay. Never mind.
I'm not sure, like, what how they divided the pie of
Like, it's
mutants
a
up, because
concept.
there are literally, like, thousands of
Yeah.
or a ridiculous amount of
Is
characters.
it the concept of mutants, or is it specific characters?
There's no reason why they can't refer to people as mutants.
Yeah.
Anyways,
True.
mutants
You're
is
right.
not just a term that's copyrighted by X-Men. Mutants is
And
something
it could
that,
just be certain characters are under Fox and certain characters are still Marvel rights.
and who knows?
Yeah.
Disney, they have a lot of money, and Marvel is a franchise that that they would like to preserve and do that. There could be some kind of negotiations behind the
Yeah.
scenes from
if
Fox.
they can
and been
pull
like,
in
can we
all
use
the
these
X-Men
characters?
and the Fantastic Four and everything they have rights to into this. This could just be one truly epic, franchise that is becoming the Marvel Cinematic Universe and all that.
Well, who owns rights
That
to
is-
Fox?
that's
Rights
Fox
to
also?
Fantastic
I
Four?
think it's Fox. Spider-Man, I believe, is Sony,
Spider-Man is Sony.
and Fantastic Four, I'm pretty sure it's Fox. It's either Fox or Sony. I think it's Fox, though. So,
Oh, I just for people watching this, I just realized my microphone is completely out of sync. So this is probably going to be a disaster when you guys are listening to it.
doesn't look that bad.
I can't do much to fix that now because we're recording. So yeah. Well, no, my mouth is not going to
Oh,
match the
crap.
time that you guys hear my words. So they're probably going to hear you guys talking over me when I'm asking stuff.
Huh.
It's
Dom is
about on
out
a
of
3-second delay.
sync.
So
Ah.
yeah, I forgot about that. Well, I apologize in advance.
Technical difficulties shit
Let's
happens.
just keep,
Yes.
Keep
continue,
going.
please.
Indeed. But what I was gonna say in regards to the clairvoyant here, on the theory now, I'm gonna argue devil's advocate. I'm gonna argue on the positive side for Reyna. We didn't see the phone express its technology until Reyna was handed the phone, talks,
Yeah.
hands it back, and then it triggers to Poe.
Maybe.
Oh, like the specific way she spoke was the coded message to activate kill switch in 5 seconds.
or she could have had a device placed on her ear
Yeah.
that clamped onto the
Ooh.
phone, and when she handed it over, like
Ooh, that's
she,
good.
we don't know for sure.
That's so good.
So, so I'm not completely dismissing the theory that
Yeah.
Reyna is not the clairvoyant.
I like
No,
it.
we don't.
I
Truth be
like it.
told,
I
we
like it.
don't
I like it.
know.
Hooray.
And I'm a master
Hooray.
ventriloquist. Mm-hmm. So what exactly was going on with Coulson? How is he immune to the clairvoyant? Like,
Yeah, we have no idea. There's no way to know until Coulson finds out.
Until
What she's
we
gonna
are
do.
we cannot, if we know what or who the clairvoyant is and what their powers are, we could actually get a better idea and theorize about it. But right now, my theory is if the clairvoyant's truly a psychic, Coulson's an android. That, kind of nails that theory for me.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I don't know. Because she said, the clairvoyant could see pretty much everything. And then,
That's what they say.
yeah.
I don't know. They could just be making up that they can see what the president dreams of.
Yeah.
A lot of that could be made up.
Yep. Why the heck? Sorry, I keep getting a pop-up saying, add stuff to the Windows Media Library. And I'm like, what? Sorry. Unrelated.
That has a lot to do with this episode, Mike.
Interesting.
Thank
Totally.
you.
Sorry. I need one of those shield bracelets to lock down annoying pop-ups and crap, but that would do my whole computer.
Yeah.
okay. So then we what was it? Fitz and Simmons. They're kind of little on they're joining on board. They're getting on board the crazy train, right? They're I don't have my whistle, do I? Yeah, I do. They're getting on board the crazy train. But Ward goes in, he snaps, he's like, he pulls his Ward tactics. He goes into the interrogation room, he starts threatening. Then he tells Fitz and Simmons to open the hatch, like on the top of the plane. Like, what made them open that? That's totally like uncharacteristic of them.
What if this guy had, a
They
bum
weren't gonna
grip?
kill him.
What if he was
They're trying to
handcuffed
scare
to
him.
himself? Yeah, exactly. But still, what if, he didn't have such good grip and he just got sucked out the roof of the plane?
I thought he was handcuffed to the table.
Oh, was he?
I think
no,
so.
he wasn't. He wasn't handcuffed. He was holding on for dear life.
They were just scaring him.
Well, it worked
Yeah.
because they got all the information they needed and they raided
Yeah.
everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Bust is successful.
Indeed. All right, so Reyna, she takes over now that Poe is out of the commission, whatever, and she knows S.H.I.E.L.D. is coming, and she's got a little bit of time to work with. So she goes up to Coulson and takes a different approach to giving into the device and letting it take over. She kind of hits Coulson on more of a personal level and explores his need to know the information rather than her need to know the information. And he willingly gets into the machine.
Yeah. What broke him was probably that post-hypnotic, like we were saying, the Pavlovian response programmed in there.
Tahiti.
Yeah, because she's like, don't you want to know what happened in Tahiti? It's a magical place. It's like, why am I saying that?
Keep saying that.
Like, I keep saying that. And then it's just like, he gets in there, he's like, turn it on.
Yeah, but doesn't he know doing that risks giving information to the enemy?
But the whole thing hinges on him telling them what happened. Unless the clairvoyant really is psychic and can see what he sees.
Mm-hmm.
But other than that, it hinges on him telling them the truth. And when she asked, what do you see? He said, I see darkness.
Exactly.
He lied. He didn't tell them. He didn't give them the information.
Right.
So unless there is really some psychic powers that Reyna or the clairvoyance has, then they don't have that information.
And this was more him finding out for himself. And then he starts finding out and he starts repeating what he was saying on that operating table. Just please let me die.
Mhm.
It was kind of, he was reliving an extremely traumatic experience.
Yeah. Some of the other little minor things that mentioned this episode was Sky's little
Yeah.
workaround. She was pretty clever, don't you think, with getting into that system?
That was pretty
Nice
good.
jacket.
Nice jacket.
Steals the car, figures out his address by crashing into a barrier, works her way around the silent alarm by ninja flipping the guards, the security. By the way, rent-a-cops for home security. Okay, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. Anyway, all his badassness the whole time pretending to be Agent May, using the bracelet, and then in the end, to top it all off, she steals his Lamborghini.
Yeah.
And drives it into the desert. That leather interior will never be the same.
That it will not. That it will not. Jasper's
Yeah.
not making it comfortable for me to sit right now. Okay.
But yeah, that whole thing was brilliant with her. Like,
It was.
she is devious.
So, all right, the final reveal we had this episode in the post-credit scene. We had. Oh, is that we got to put our hard hats on for?
We'll get ready.
Okay.
Just do the reveal in the post-credit scene with the last 5 seconds of the movie.
Right. Hard
show.
hats. We can't hurt our heads here. We got to take this information in. Mike, not
Me.
you. Not you, Mike. The other
Him.
Mike. Michael from the show. We see him. He's not really dead.
I called it, by the way.
Not a big shocker, honestly.
We all kind of knew on some level he wasn't dead.
I said it first.
But we didn't
Check the
know.
tape.
We didn't know how much of to what extent his leg is missing. We know that much.
But
Not
that'll
only that-
grow back.
Not only that, he is now one of those cyborgs.
He's got a thing.
He's
in
got
his
the
eye.
eye implant.
Yeah, I know. That I was like,
It said "Good morning, Michael."
Yeah. And he's all burned and shit. My God.
See, the burning will heal his, even because of the extremis in him, his leg will even grow back. So none of that's a problem.
Are you sure his leg is going to grow back?
All the extremis previous things we've seen, their limbs have grown back.
A whole leg, though?
That's a good question. We don't know. We'll see. It's, theoretically, it would make his whole leg grow back.
I mean, he still had the extremis, the centipede on his arm. We saw that
And
much,
he wasn't
so-
fully healed yet. He still had burns everywhere. So,
Right.
I mean, it was working. It was taking its time, but...
They're gonna make him do terrible things. I'm not ready for that.
And then not even... It's like, you have an explosive device in your eye, but you know what? That won't work on you. So, we put one in your son, too.
Wait, is that what they said?
No, I'm just saying that's what they're gonna
Oh,
say. It's like
God.
you have the communication device, but we put the explosive in your son. So if
They
you
don't have his son though. Last we saw his son was
They
with
don't have his
S.H.I.E.L.D.
son.
and we don't see Ace at all this episode, so we don't know where Ace is.
good point.
Yeah.
But
He was
I
with
mean,
S.H.I.E.L.D. last we saw.
that would be more effective. Threaten his son than over threatening him.
Yeah.
Oh, I 100% agree. If they did that to Ace, that would have been a completely different story. But it's Michael. His eye explodes. Is that going to kill him? I don't know.
It would blow his brain out. So I mean,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not sure you can regrow that. Well, did it to Coulson.
I mean, it worked for Wolverine, right? He's taken a bullet to the brain before.
That's different. Wolverine is an adamantium skull, so the bullets never actually hit his brain.
Oh, okay.
and if you believe the X-Men Origins Wolverine, he took an adamantium bullet to the skull, and that's why he lost his memories.
Yeah.
But
See, I don't think I've seen X-Men Origins.
it was
I think I skipped
okay.
that one. There was the 3 X-Men. There was Origins, and then there was the Wolverine, right? That came next.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Yeah, I saw the
That's the one where he
Wolverine,
goes
but
to
I still
Japan.
have not seen X-Men Origins.
That first Wolverine movie was pretty shit.
It was like I said, it was okay, but it was
No, I'm sorry.
All right, it was shit.
The whole movie hinges on a very fatal flaw.
Hmm.
The entire movie hinges on a plot hole.
Ooh. So Marvel isn't flawless as we think
Marvel
they
didn't
are.
make that movie.
Oh, they
This was
didn't.
Fox.
This is Fox.
What was the plot hole?
Oh, yeah, you're right.
That he was fooled that she was dead.
Oh yeah, that's right.
when he would have been able to smell it, that it was not her blood, and that she was not actually bleeding and she was not actually dead.
Good point.
That was the biggest load of horseshit I'd ever seen. I'm like, nope.
Canadians.
And people were like, but he's emotionally distraught. I'm like, no.
And
No.
then the other
Totally.
plot hole was that, you know, she could influence people by touching them, right? That whole time, like, she couldn't slip a hand onto, you know, Stryker's skin at any time in their relationship.
Welcome to X-Men Origins.
Oh my god, like, just like, you know, you're gonna do this or I'm gonna kill your sister, and then, you know, just gently touch him, like, even slip your foot in there somehow, just be like, no, you're not. No, I'm not.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to the As Seen on TV podcast for X-Men Origins.
That was the joke I just made.
I know. I just wanted to make it a little more clear.
My joke.
I know, it was your joke.
Ow.
I'm not trying to steal
terrible
credit.
joke.
I'm trying to make it more
Alright.
clear.
Let's go.
Anyway,
Jasper is now wearing a hard hat.
can I,
Oh.
now that we've ended with the show itself, can I ask a question about the promo that
Well,
got me?
all right. Well,
Yes.
hold on. Is there any more theories for this current episode? Like, is there any other
Pretty
like
sure.
things we want to
My
address?
question's a theory, so
Well, before we go into what we've seen for next episode, I'm
Mhm.
talking about for this episode. Any other theories or anything? No?
Well, I mean, I've already said my theory about who What's-Her-Face's parents are. But
Right. So
yeah.
no, I said my theory.
okay, so our next episode that we're having next week is called Seeds. And the description says Coulson and May uncover startling information about Sky's past, while the team is swept into a storm at the S.H.I.E.L.D. Academy. So we're definitely going to see more of the Academy, or I should say see the Academy now for the first time. So it's probably going to rely on a lot of Fitzsimmons kind of stuff, because they were the ones most actively talking about it in the Thor episode,
Yes.
right? The one following that where they started the whole prank war and said
Yes,
Sky's
yeah,
never
no,
been to the Academy. So maybe Sky is going to start training at the Academy to officially be on the S.H.I.E.L.D. team. So she
That
doesn't
would make
get
sense.
stuff from Agent Hand anymore. So I'm thinking that's the direction that's going to go. So
Anyway,
Yeah.
my theory.
Coulson
Sorry.
and May, like,
What?
they're going to... So what do you guys think this information about this guy's past is?
Who her parents, what actually happened to her parents and who they are.
And who they actually are. And here's my theory. When talking, they show that picture of May's, you know, the dead woman who we assume is May's mother, or related to May's mother somehow.
Dead woman?
May, my God, fuck, Sky, shit.
Yeah, I was
wrong
like,
character.
hold on, dead woman?
The
Yeah,
picture
go
of the
on.
bloody, anyway. And they say whatever, and May just goes, Sky can never find out. Again, she says it. Now, I find that coupled with Sky pretending to be Agent May this episode as like a foreshadowing to that May is Sky's mother.
I said that already.
I know you said that already,
2
but I'm
episodes
saying
ago. This is my theory.
I know, but I confirmed it for me because she just outright says, "I'm Agent Melinda May of S.H.I.E.L.D."
Yeah.
So that struck it in my head like, oh, sorry, Chrissy. I honestly forgot that you said that theory. So
I
That
said
hurt
it like
me.
3 episodes ago.
I thought it was 2 episodes ago. Now it's 3 episodes ago.
Was
It's gonna keep getting further and further in the past until it was like I knew it all along.
It was like
Check.
4 episodes ago, right?
yeah, definitely.
Chrissy, roll a privilege check, and you know.
Where's my D20?
Actually,
Yeah.
no.
I
Now
should
that I
take
think
care
about
of
it,
you
it was like
just
5 episodes ago, right? No, it
Yeah.
was last season we were discussing this.
Exactly. Last season.
Before the show even started.
No, it was 2 seasons ago.
Yeah.
It's just getting further and further out there.
Different
Um,
Aunt May, Sev.
It's in the middle of Avengers.
Sev in
No,
chat
it was
says,
while we
"I
were
think
watching the
it's Aunt May."
Fantastic Four movie like 6 years
Yeah.
ago.
Sev in chat says, I think it's Aunt May. That she's Auntie Melinda.
Auntie Melinda May.
When another Aunt May? Multiple Aunt Mays?
Uncle Ben?
Are they introducing another Spider-Man reboot?
Who's Uncle Ben?
Oh, or it's connected to what happens.
Uncle Phil Ben
Yeah.
Coulson.
Uncle
Yeah.
Ben Ward?
Okay.
Yeah. So I think that's definitely didn't they mention in one of the episodes that Sky had some kind of Asian descent to her?
We were talking about that.
The actress
we?
does. The actress is half something.
Yeah, we were talking about
Filipino.
that.
Okay, so that's not something that they've actually mentioned
That's
on
not
the
canon,
show.
no.
Okay. So, got it. You guys have anything else for this episode?
Good man.
This
This is what the show should have been a long time ago.
Yeah.
Mhm. This was a very good episode. I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Yes.
Now that robot, do you think there was any alien technology involved in that robot electro zapping Coulson's brain?
Probably.
Yeah. Well, and you know, as Dr. Book, I'm just calling him Dr. Book.
Yeah,
As
no.
Dr. Book said, you know,
Dr. Shepard book.
the Director Fury authorized all sorts of procedures that no good doctor would perform.
Which is
So-
also, now I'm thinking, fucking, Fury's a selfish piece of shit.
And why bring back Coulson though? What?
Because he's his bestie. That's why.
Other than that, there's
Which
no.
is why I'm saying he's a selfish piece of shit. Piece of shit?
Yeah, because what?
heard
I was gonna say what
Other-
makes Coulson so special, but yeah.
Because it's Fury's quoted as saying that, you know, Coulson at one point, either in a comic or in a show or something, that Coulson is his good eye.
I just want to get a full screen on Mike real quick. I love
I
that
know.
line you have going on your forehead.
The
Oh, that's
hat was
great.
the hat was way too tight.
Oh, that's great.
Oh,
Can you do that before every episode?
sure. Now, what does that make me? An alien? A
Yes.
mutant? Some kind of superpowers? A guy who just had brain surgery?
Yes, you are now Coulson.
You are all three.
So, I think that about wraps it up, right?
Yep.
Yep.
All right, Mike, where can the people find you?
They can find me in the land of no neck and recently performed brain surgery. Yes, they cut the top of my head open to remove my neck. Anyway, they could find me on Twitter at Thilladren, THILLADREN.
Okay.
Cleo, where can the people find you?
Chop
can
that,
find me.
closet lady.
You can find me on
In
most
the
social
closet.
medias at
They-
Cleomoto. CLIOMOTO. You won't find me in the closet because I am exiting the closet shortly.
She's in
Oh,
her
you're coming out of the
boyfriend's
closet.
I'm coming out of my boyfriend's closet.
Is it
Oh.
bad that I know everything that's in that closet? There's a hard hat, there's a keytar, there's a bunch of rock band instruments, there's all kinds of crazy clothing. There's a bucket of see, look, I got it. There's a bucket of old guidebooks for video games, unless he's moved it recently.
A bucket? Try 3 buckets.
Yeah, 3 buckets of old like Nintendo powers and guide. Oh my god, I know that closet would be too fucking. Oh, that's bad.
And you can also find me on YouTube at LIOSMFVIDS.
Yep.
Yeah. And in the closet. And
That's
you can find me on twitter.com/Phenomedom, PHENOMEDOM. And God damn it. And you can find all of us. I need to change my Twitter handle. So
No, never change it. That's the perfect thing. You have your own fucking jingle, man.
I have a jingle.
You need to
Record a song.
use the shit out of that.
Let's record a As Seen on TV jingle to go with my song.
Exactly. No one will ever forget it.
No, this is true. You can follow us all on Twitter, Facebook, YouTube, Google /ASOTV podcast. You can find us live on justin.tv/ASOTVP, and you can email us at asotvpodcast@gmail.com. Leave us comments, email us feedback, questions, anything that you guys want us to discuss on future episodes. Shoot it our way, and we will include it into the show.
This needs to be my new theory hat.
Yes. Yes.
Until next week, we'll see you guys later.
Bye.